Picture a goal so impossible it leaves the world speechless. Now multiply that by 15. You're about to witness the most jaw-dropping moments in football history. These aren't just great plays, they're the kind of insanity that makes you question reality. Get ready, because after this video, you'll never look at the beautiful game the same way again. Let's begin our countdown with a moment of pure magic from the maestro himself, Zinedine Zidane. It's 2002 and we're at Hampden Park in Glasgow for the Champions League final. Real Madrid is facing off against Bayer Leverkusen and the tension is palpable. Suddenly, Roberto Carlos sends a high cross into the box. Zidane, cool as a cucumber, has his eyes locked on the ball. He pivots and with his weaker left foot, no less, unleashes a thunderous volley that rockets into the net. This goal wasn't just a game winner, it was a statement. It proved that even 7 years after hanging up his boots, Zidane could still leave us all in awe. Let's fast forward to 2009, where we find ourselves at Champions League semifinals. Barcelona is trailing Chelsea 1-0 in the second leg and time is running out. Enter Andres Iniesta. With just seconds left on the clock, Iniesta receives the ball on the edge of the box. What happens next is pure magic. He executes a sublime turn, leaving his marker in the dust. Then, with pinpoint accuracy, he curls a beautiful shot into the top corner. And boom, Barcelona is through to the final. Now let's talk about a goal that defied gravity, logic, and pretty much everything we thought we knew about football. It's November 14, 2012, and Sweden is taking on England in a friendly match. But there's nothing friendly about what Zlatan Ibrahimovic is about to do. Ibrahimovic is 32.45 yards out from goal. The ball is floating high in the air. Most players would try to control it or hit it, but Zlatan? He decides to attempt a bicycle kick from 32.45 yards. The audacity. He leaps, contorts his body mid-air, and connects perfectly. The ball sails over a stranded Joe Hart and into the net. This goal is insane on so many levels. The distance, the technique, the sheer boldness of even attempting it. It's all off the charts. It's no wonder this goal won the Puskas Award for the best goal of the year. Ibrahimovic has scored many spectacular goals in his career, but this one was from another planet. Let's dial it back to 2012 for a moment that sent shockwaves through English football. It's the final day of the Premier League season and Manchester City needs a win to clinch their first title in 44 years. They're trailing 2-1 in stoppage time. The dream seems to be slipping away. In the 94th minute, Sergio Aguero receives the ball in the box. With ice in his veins, he turns, shoots, and goal. They've won the Premier League in the most dramatic fashion possible. Now let's jet off to the 2002 World Cup for a moment of Brazilian magic. It's the quarterfinal and Brazil is taking on England. The score is tied 1-1 and Ronaldinho is lining up a free kick about 40 yards from goal. Everyone expects a cross into the box. Everyone, that is, except Ronaldinho. Instead of crossing, he goes for goal. He chips the ball with perfect precision, catching England goalkeeper David Seaman off guard. The ball sails over Seaman's head and nestles in the top corner. It's a moment of pure genius that leaves everyone, including Seaman, in disbelief. Let's travel back to 1996 for a goal that had everything: power, skill, and sheer determination. We're watching AC Milan versus Hellas Verona, and George Weah is about to show us why he's called King George. Weah intercepts a poor corner at the edge of his own box. What follows is nothing short of incredible. He goes on a lung-busting run, covering almost the entire length of the pitch. He shrugs off one defender, then another, and another. As he enters the opposition box, he calmly slots the ball into the far corner. Now let's zip forward to 2011 for a moment of pure magic in one of football's most heated rivalries. It's the Manchester Derby, United versus City, and the score is tied 1-1. The ball is floated into the box and Wayne Rooney decides it's time for something special. With his back to goal, Rooney leaps into the air. He twists his body and connects with an overhead kick that sends the ball rocketing into the top corner. It's a goal of breathtaking quality that secures a crucial win for United. To execute an overhead kick is difficult enough. To do it in a derby match with such perfect technique under such pressure? That's what separates the good from the great. This goal wasn't just a winner, it was a statement, earning Rooney United's Goal of the Decade award and cementing its place in Premier League history. Let's fast forward to 2015 for a moment of pure Messi magic. We're watching the Champions League semi-final, Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. Messi receives the ball on the right flank and decides it's time to remind everyone why he's considered one of the greatest ever. He starts his run and what follows is simply breathtaking. He dribbles past one defender, then another. Jerome Boateng tries to stop him but ends up on his backside, completely bamboozled. Messi isn't done yet. He chips the ball over the onrushing Manuel Neuer, leaving one of the world's best goalkeepers helpless. The goal showcases everything that makes Messi special. It's not just about the end result, it's about the artistry, the skill, and the ability to make world-class defenders look ordinary. Let's take a trip back to 1974 for a moment that changed football forever. We're at the World Cup, watching the Netherlands take on Sweden. Johan Cruyff has the ball on the left wing with his back to a goal and a defender breathing down his neck. What happens next is pure magic. Cruyff feints to make a pass, then suddenly drags the ball behind his standing leg, spinning 180 degrees and leaving the defender completely bewildered. He sprints away, leaving the Swedish players looking like they've seen a ghost. This move, now known as the Cruyff turn, is born. Cruyff didn't just beat a defender, he invented a whole new way of doing it. This move has since been copied by players all over the world, but seeing it for the first time, that was something special. Now let's jump to 1988 for a goal that defied the laws of physics. We're watching the European Championship final between the Netherlands and the Soviet Union. Marco van Basten is about to etch his name in football history. A high looping cross comes in from the left wing. It looks like it's going too far, too wide, but Van Basten has other ideas. He meets the ball on the volley from an incredibly tight angle. The ball flies over the goalkeeper and into the far corner. It's a goal of breathtaking quality that seals the Netherlands' first major international trophy. Let's fast forward to 2009 for a moment of pure power and precision. We're watching Manchester United take on Porto in the Champions League. Cristiano Ronaldo has the ball about 40 yards from goal. Most players would look to pass. Ronaldo isn't most players. He takes a couple of steps and unleashes a thunderbolt. The ball flies through the air, swerving and dipping before crashing into the top corner. The goalkeeper doesn't even move. He's as stunned as everyone else in the stadium. To even attempt a shot from that distance is bold. To execute it with such power and accuracy, that's something else entirely. Now let's rewind to 2007 for a goal that had everyone rubbing their eyes in disbelief. We're watching Barcelona play against Getafe, and a young Lionel Messi is about to announce himself to the world in a spectacular fashion. Messi picks up the ball in his own half and starts running. And running. And running. He weaves past one defender, then another, and another. He leaves the entire Getafe team chasing shadows. Finally, he rounds the keeper and slots the ball home. It's a goal eerily reminiscent of Maradona's famous solo effort against England. Let's head to 2002 for a moment of pure artistry from Dennis Bergkamp. We're watching Arsenal take on Newcastle, and Bergkamp is about to show us why they call him the Iceman. A long ball is played towards Bergkamp, who's running towards the Newcastle goal. In one fluid motion, he controls the ball with his first touch, flicks it around the defender with his second, and then calmly slots it into the net. It all happens so quickly that the defender and goalkeeper are left completely bewildered. It's the perfect example of footballing intelligence and technique coming together. The control is immaculate. The flick is ingenious, and the finish is as cool as can be. But what really sets this goal apart is how Bergkamp seems to have the whole move planned out before he even touches the ball. It's not just a great goal, it's a moment of pure footballing genius. We're back in 1986 for a moment that combines controversy, skill, and sheer audacity. It's the World Cup quarterfinal, Argentina versus England, and Diego Maradona is about to create one of the most talked about moments in football history. The ball's lobbed into the box, and Maradona leaps up with England keeper Peter Shilton. But instead of heading the ball, Maradona punches it into the net with his hand. The referee misses it, and the goal stands. Maradona runs off celebrating while the English players protest furiously. Was it clever gamesmanship or outright cheating? Maradona himself called it a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. Whatever your view, there's no denying the impact of this moment. Love it or hate it, the hand of God goal will forever be a part of football lore. And now, we've reached the pinnacle of our countdown. We're sticking with Maradona and that 1986 World Cup quarterfinal against England, because just 4 minutes after the hand of God, he scored what many consider the greatest goal of all time. Maradona receives the ball in his own half, and what follows is nothing short of miraculous. He dribbles past 5 English players, each one trying and failing to stop this force of nature. He slaloms his way through the defense as if they're not even there. Then, with the keeper rushing out, Maradona rounds him and slots the ball into the empty net. The stadium explodes in ecstasy. This wasn't just a goal, it was a work of art. A moment of individual brilliance that defies belief, even decades later. It showcased everything that made Maradona great: the close control, the balance, the acceleration, the vision, the composure. It was voted Goal of the Century by FIFA.com voters in 2002, and watching it, it's easy to see why. Did your favorite insane football moment make our list? If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to click on the next one shown on the screen.